evening, folks. I don't mean to scare you, Kat. The time is 6:30 p.m. The regular meeting of the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Freehold for March 18, 2024 is now called to order. Adequate notice of this meeting was provided at least 48 hours prior to the commencement of this meeting pursuant to the provisions of Chapter 231, the laws of 1975, the Open Public Meetings Act. Notice of the time, date, location of this meeting has been provided by posting a copy of public meeting dates on a municipal bulletin board and by sending a copy to the Asbury Park Press and the Star Ledger and filing a copy with the municipal clerk. I'd like to ask everyone to please stand for a salute to the flag, followed by a moment of silence as we remember longtime Freehold Borough School Superintendent Rocco Tomasic, who passed away. Rocco did tremendous work for our community and for the kids in our public schools, and also to Cynthia Reimer, who was the principal of St. Rosalima School, who also passed away. Chief Inspector, please lead us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mayor Kane.
Here.
Councilman Benedetto.
Here.
Councilman Freeman.
Here.
Councilwoman Jordan. Councilman Reich.
Here.
Councilwoman Rogers. Here. Councilwoman Chester. Here.
Okay, item 4 this evening, workshop. We don't have any workshop discussion, correct?
No.
Okay. Item 5 this evening is a very special presentation that we've been working on for a while and celebrating all weekend long. I feel like we've been celebrating for a week already, hasn't it? But it's a resolution of the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Freehold authorizing a twinning agreement between Freehold Borough and Rathangan in County Kildare, Ireland. And we've had a delegation of 7 from Rathangan that came in on Friday and had an action-packed 3 days saw everything plus, and brought some great weather with them. Yesterday's parade was probably one of the nicest days, and definitely the largest crowd, both parade-wise and spectator-wise. So we're going to definitely chalk that up to the luck of the Irish, straight from Ireland. So thank you very much.
It doesn't work in Ireland.
But we have Sheila, Mick, and John with us this evening. They were able to stay with us through the meeting tonight so we can present a couple resolutions. But Ferguson, Mark, and Tanith and Brendan had to fly home this morning. But I just want to also recognize a couple others. I mean, Kevin Coyne, Glenn Cash, and Carl Beams, who have been working tirelessly with us on the whole My Hometown, the Bruce Springsteen Story Center. We're very, very helpful in getting this done. This started with a letter that Glenn and Karen were going to Rathangan last October, and I said, hey, while you're over there, why don't you see if they'd be interested in a twinning with Freehold Borough. So, what a great idea. So we drafted a letter, Glenn hand-delivered it, and the folks in Rathangan and County Kildare love the idea. So we're doing a little home and home. They came over to visit here. We're gonna go back and visit and make it all official. But as I said, Saturday night we had a little reception, and this is gonna be lifelong friendships. The friendships we've developed over the past 3 days, it's just going to carry on for many, many, many years to come. But you'll see the reason. We have a couple resolutions that we want to present. We're gonna read them into the record, and you'll understand why this is so important. But long story short, Bruce Springsteen's the connection here, and his great grandfather came from Rathangan in the 1800s. Well, he lived there. His daughter came in 1852 at the age of 14 and settled on a house on Randolph Street that Bruce lived with his grandparents for the first 5 or 6 years of his life. So it's a tremendous story. We also have Chris Jordan in the back. I don't know if any of you got a chance to read the article that Chris wrote in Friday's Asbury Park Press. But yeah, Chris did a great job. I don't know where it is right now, but Chris did a great story in the press on Friday, so we appreciated Chris, and I'm sure he's going to want to interview you guys after the meeting when this gets over. But I would like the entire council to come down and ask you guys to come up so we can officially present a couple resolutions to you, okay? So what we have, we have our resolution from town here that we read Saturday night to you. We also, our state senator, Vingo Powell, had a resolution from the state of New Jersey, from both the Senate and the Assembly. So the top offices in the state of New Jersey did a resolution also for you. We just received this today. They rushed it through, and we received this. So, but it's sponsored by Senator Vingo Powell and Assemblywomen Donlin and Peter Paul, and it talks all about our arrangement, our twinning celebration. But we're going to read ours into the record for you. Resolution of the Borough of Freehold authorizing a twinning agreement between Freehold Borough and Rathangan and County Kildare. And as I've heard you say many times, it's Rathangan, right? I've almost got it. Whereas Rathangan is a small town of 3,263 people in the west of County Kildare, Ireland, and is a big commuter base for people working in Dublin, just as many Freehold Borough residents commute to New York City. And whereas renowned musician Bruce Springsteen was born and raised, I want to get so we can get this all on film. I have my back to the camera. Whereas world-renowned musician Bruce Springsteen was born and raised in Freehold Borough. And whereas Bruce Springsteen's great-great-great-grandfather on his father's side, Christopher Garrity, hailed from Rathangan, County Kildare, Republic of Ireland. And whereas Bruce Springsteen's great-great-grandmother, Anne Garrity, left Ireland at the age of 14 and moved to Freehold, New Jersey in 1852, settling the family at the 87 Randolph Street, which is the same house where Bruce Springsteen lived for several years, almost a century later. And whereas Bruce Springsteen is the tie that binds the borough of Freehold and Rathangan and County Kildare together. Bruce Springsteen calls Freehold Borough his hometown, and his ancestors and relatives call Rathangan their hometown. Whereas Freehold Borough is opening in my hometown the Bruce Springsteen Story Center, which will feature exhibits about his ancestral heritage, growing up in Freehold Borough and his early days of performing, providing fans another site to visit and appreciate his journey. Now, therefore, be resolved, the Borough of Freehold will honor this said agreement by building on and maintaining friendly relations, along with nurturing and developing a mutual understanding and respect with the residents of Rathangan and County Kildare. Be it further resolved, the citizens of Freehold Borough and Rathangan and County Kildare will be recognized as ambassadors of goodwill and will collaborate to promote all events that take place during Freehold Borough Twinning Celebration with Rathangan and County Kildare, Ireland, St. Patrick's Day weekend 2024. Be it further resolved that a certified copy of this resolution be provided to members of County Kildare Twinning Liaison Committee. Signed, Kevin Kane, Mayor, March 16th, 2024. Today's the 18th. I'm going to read the last line of the Senate. Whereas it is altogether fitting and right for the legislature to pause in its deliberations to acknowledge the Borough of Freehold and County Kildare Twinning Liaison Committee and praised their meritorious efforts to encourage affection, camaraderie, and mutual respect between the people of the Garden State and the Emerald Isle, now and therefore. Be it resolved by the Senate and General Assembly of the State of New Jersey that this legislature hereby commends the Borough of Freehold and County Kildare Twinning Liaison Committee and extends sincere best wishes for many years of fraternity, friendship, and cooperation. And be it further resolved, the duly authenticated copy of this resolution, signed by the Senate President and the Assembly Speaker, and attested by the Senate Secretary and Assembly Clerk, be transmitted to the Borough of Freehold and County Kildare Twinning Liaison Committee. Signed by Nicholas Scutari, President of New Jersey State Senate, and Craig Coughlin, Speaker of the General Assembly. So I'm going to present these to you guys.
Thank you very much.
And I'd like you to say a few words, and also too, maybe you can talk about you guys.
The two things, yeah. I suppose the very first thing I'd love to say, and this is from every single one of us that have come this weekend, we are so grateful for the fabulous weekend that we got from everybody. And we were so well looked after, and Glenn and Kevin and yourself, and I shouldn't name anybody because I'm afraid I'm going to leave somebody out. Jeff looked after us, you all looked after us, and we really do appreciate everything that was done for us this weekend, and we had the best time.
We're overwhelmed by your welcome.
And this was something that we presented. We were trying to think of what could we bring over that would mean something, and somebody came up with this, my hometown to your hometown, and as the weekend went on, this just was set in concrete, because it was, you know, it had real meaning, and it was really our hometown to your hometown. And this is a picture of Rathangan back in the early 1900s. It hasn't changed an awful lot since then. So when you come, you know what you're going to be looking at. Drive up that street and you'll say, "Yeah, we're here."
That looks familiar.
And you know it. And we really are looking forward to having you. I'm not sure we can repay the kindness and generosity we've received this weekend, but we will do our best.
Thank you.
Definitely
Thank you.
will. The other piece we have is a piece of bog oak. There's an artist in Rathangan, a local man, Brian O'Loughlin, and this is his work. This comes from wood that's immersed in the bog over thousands of years, and it comes out of the bog pretty much like this. It kind of gets polished off or whatever, and obviously Brian has put on the St. Bridget's cross. St. Bridget is the patron saint of Kildare, a woman who represents compassion, generosity, kindness towards the environment, everything that we're still endeavouring to do today. So a very, very significant saint, and that's her symbol, and she's the patron saint of Rathangan. So that was something that we brought as well as a gift to ourselves. So hopefully you will get to see all of that, and the same as the lines from the Bruce Springsteen songs that we've been listening to all our lives, and now we put meat on the bones of those songs. Hopefully when you come to Rathangan, you'll see the meat and bones. You visit Clog and you can visit our area and you see where we've come from, and we will be forever grateful for what you've done for us this weekend. So thank you very, very much.
Thank you so much. Slide down so we can all get in that. Yeah, go down a little bit more.
If you bring that, yeah.
Yeah, just slide down a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, that way we can all get in.
Don't worry about that.
Slide on
In
in.
here.
There you go. Good. So, thank you so much. I don't know gonna go off script a little bit. Kevin and Glenn, Carl, I don't know if you guys want to add anything about the weekend, or it was just a tremendous experience, and you know, we all got to experience. No, and
I do, Kevin.
all right.
Kevin, I want to.
Go
All
for
right,
it.
Kevin.
Oh, no, Glenn, I thought you said no.
No, I just want to thank my ancestors, hometown natives for coming here. It's been a great experience meeting you. I made a comment this morning, or this afternoon, I guess at lunch, that when you meet an Irishman, you immediately have a sense of closeness and camaraderie. Unlike other nations, when you meet them, they're rather standoffish at times. And that's the nature of the Irish. But having this take place and combining the freehold culture, freehold history with the Ruthangan history, again, I said the other night, there's a lot in common. You know, they had a battle also. We had a battle of Monmouth, but they had a battle of Ruthangan during the uprising of 1898. And so we even have that in common. You know, we have some same military battle history together. But most importantly, we have history currently. We are together, and we're going to continue to be together, and we do hope to see you again in a couple of months, perhaps, in May, and to continue this relationship for many, many years going forward. It's a great stride, and it's great for both communities.
Thank you.
I want our visitors from Ireland to know that it's uncommon for me to be as quiet as I've been since you came, so I have to say something. We recently hired for our school district a new superintendent of schools. And she said that the first thing she noticed when she came into town and started talking to people was a sense of community. And I want to tell you that is very true. And I can't tell you how much your visit has touched the hearts of our community and how much we sincerely appreciate and love you. So thank you so much for blessing our lives with your visit. Please pass that message on to the 4 others, one of whom I tried to get hooked up with my daughter. I didn't know he was there. A little embarrassing. Especially
We remind them.
Especially if my daughter hears this. I'll be in trouble. But really, sincerely, thank you, thank you, thank you.
We can't thank you enough either, and it's just
Thank you
been,
so much.
there's no
Nick,
words.
John, anything want to say anything? Or?
Well, I just want to reiterate everything that's been said. I mean, there's so much that could be said, but you know, we've been really touched by your welcoming, your generosity, your town, your community. Every person that we've met has, you know, given us an insight into the history, into everything that goes on within your community, and they gave that information. You know, there was no stone unturned that, you know, we weren't going home without a total new outlook of your community and your town and freehold of Jersey. And, you know, I mean, as I say, it was St. Patrick's weekend. We normally celebrate. We certainly gave it a good go this weekend. The only thing, and the beer ran out. The Guinness ran out, but we won't fault you for that. Just to tell you that if you come to Ireland, there's no shortage.
Thank everybody for the hospitality show to us for the last few days, and hopefully, as Sheila says, we'll do our best to reciprocate you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks very much.
Safe travels.
much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Oh, wait. Forgot one piece.
Big piece.
Council.
We also presented this on Saturday night. It's tradition in this country that, you know, when you come to a town from out of town, you're given the key to the city. So, you can take this home. I don't know how you're gonna get it on, you know, check. As we said Saturday night, this is the key to the city. I have no idea what door this opens. But you're welcome to try all of them here or just. Here's the official key to the borough of Freehold, Monmouth County, New Jersey, United States of America. And good luck trying to find a door that fits.
You have to lock up at the end of the meeting.
Good. Also want to thank Steve and Tracy and Lynn for putting together the proclamations for us for the resolution and everything. So thank you. Okay, item 6 is our administrator's report. I'll turn it over to our administrator, Steve Gallo.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and council members, citizens here in the chamber, and those watching at home. I'll briefly synopsize some of the activities we've been involved in over the past month and answer any questions that you might have. We've been working diligently on the hometown redevelopment project. We met with our planner and we've drafted design standards that we're hoping to apply to this project. They're being reviewed by various stakeholders in the community, and hopefully we'll have something ready to present to the developer in the near future. I met with their architect, Barton Ross, and he's very interested in getting a broader knowledge of the community, and he went for a walk around town, and you will see in the coming days surveyors out in the project area, so that will of course generate a few questions. And we are in the middle of negotiating the redevelopers agreement with the designated developer, so that should hopefully be finalized in the near future. On 200 Park Avenue, the developer has submitted their application for water and sewer service. The plans are currently under review, and then they have to pay their connection fees, and then they can move forward towards actual construction. Work continues on the Starbucks store at Park Avenue and South Street. They've been requested to shore up their construction fence as it keeps blowing down in heavy weather. And I thought I saw a sign going up this morning, but I'll check that out after the meeting. We have a meeting next week with the township to talk about Nestle. The planning board has voted in favor of are declaring the area as an area in need of redevelopment, and that should afford us the redevelopment tools to properly move that property forward into productive use again. And we had a meeting with Disability Allies. They're at 25 West Main Street. They're looking to put an apartment there for supportive living for individuals with disabilities, and they would have supportive services as well as a coffee shop downstairs to provide an employment experience. The Safe Routes to Transit and Downtown Pedestrian Safety Project has been awarded to Precise Construction, a local company, and they enjoy a good reputation. We will be having a pre-construction meeting with them that's scheduled for next Tuesday. We're going to discuss how best to execute the project amidst the summer months that are coming, and try and control and reduce disruption to the business district as the project is pursued. We have a grant for Lloyd Street to resurface that street, and I have to hire an engineer to design that. Throckmorton Street is currently at DOT under review. We expect it back any day now, and then we can put it out to bid and get that project underway as well. That involves the milling and resurfacing of the majority of Throckmorton Street. Likewise, we have some grant funding for Bond and Liberty Street. We're trying to get some additional funding, and then we can move forward and get that area resurfaced as well. Liberty Street Park Phase 1 contract has been awarded. This is a long-awaited participatory budgeting project that has at its center the refurbishment of the basketball courts at that location. We're going to have new courts installed, as well as refurbishing the trail, exercise stations. We're also, in the next phase of the project, we're going to have some pickleball courts installed, and we're going to really do a good job on that play structure in that park as well. So it's exciting to see a complete makeover over on Liberty Street. We received grant funding from Musgrave Park, and we have a nice play structure there with chess tables and landscaping to bring that park up as well. We have taken proposals to replace the HVAC system at Court Street School. We have a grant from DCA that will cover the bulk of that expense, and hopefully that will be done in the next couple of weeks. We've applied for grant funding for Lenore Park to put in an inclusive play structure under the new law that affords funds available for that purpose. We also are moving forward on the public safety facility. Our redevelopment council is in negotiations with the owner for the purchase of the property at 17 Broad Street. And once that's secured, then we can move forward with the design of the building. We have additional hazardous discharge site remediation funding for the cleanup of the Colnier property, and we're intending to use that for additional parking resources in downtown Freehold. The library renovation hopefully is going to be coming to an end very soon, and I'm sure they'll have a grand opening with some fanfare involved with that. The Lake Toponimus water quality study has been completed, and with the study in hand, we can now apply for additional lake funding to assist us in addressing the conditions that were identified in the study, and we will be pursuing grant funding for that purpose. We have, with regard to the parking utility, as you're aware, we're on a kind of an abbreviated parking holiday where we've selected certain times that people don't have to pay, and we're kind of, everybody taking a time out and a breather, and we're analyzing different tweaks that we can do to the system to improve service to the community. We've been meeting with business owners on request and talking about their concerns and developing solutions to try and address those concerns. Our plan is to come back to the governing body with a list of suggestions that we think would enhance performance of the parking program. We also did meet with Flowbird with regard to issues with their equipment and their deployment, and we're working with them to resolve those issues. We have also, we've received a major grant for the Court Street School to make it a community center, and we're moving forward with that. And we have an opportunity to construct a soccer mini pitch in town. Actually, we think we'd like to do 2 of them. And there's grant funding available from the U.S. Soccer Foundation, as well as some of the money that we have available through our usual sources, County Open Space and Green Acres and CDBG. So we met with Chris Naspo along with the mayor and Councilmember Jordan and a number of notable soccer coaches in town, most notable Ray Rhea, who always makes a meeting interesting. And we talked about possibilities and where we'd like to do that. You have in your packet a map that shows one location that we could consider. Obviously, we have to have some discussions with other people, but that location would work, as well as several others. We're also working with Downtown Freehold to have our downtown business district declared Main Street, New Jersey designation. This designation would provide us with a host of benefits that we could work cooperatively, as we always do with Downtown Freehold. The program focuses on 4 areas: civic value, economic vitality, the value of place, and promotional value. And it we're already doing a lot of these areas, which is good, because that's where the experts say you need to focus to have a viable shopping district. This kind of ties it all together in a good program, and it provides experts to walk us through how we could be even better. So working with Jeff, we filed an application. We got it in just under the wire on Friday. Originally they told us we weren't eligible, and then they called us back later and said, oh, you are eligible. So we decided to get it in there, and if we get this grant, it will be very, very useful in revitalizing downtown even further than it already is. That's my report. I'll answer any questions if anybody has any.
I have a couple of questions. For the First Street project, the new under new issues,
Yes.
is there anyone from the board part of the discussions?
We did tell them that we got the grant. We did include one of their requests, which was for a pavilion behind the school. We now have to file, initially it was that we'd like to do this. Now it's a more detailed report. And then we are required to put together a group of community leaders to work with that project. And we'll be talking to them when we're ready to put that committee together.
Okay, I think it would be a good idea just to kind of run the ideas by them before we put anything, make anything solid. I just think in the long run it'll benefit the partnership that we have with them to make sure that they're aware of the types of things that will be done as part
Sure.
of this project.
Okay.
I have one other question, but I don't remember.
If you remember it, I'll be here.
Anybody else?
Yeah, Steve, one question on the mini pitch.
Yes, sir.
It's grant money,
The majority of this would be paid for with grant money.
and what about once we have this up and running, is there any maintenance cost or any projection of maintenance costs?
They are pretty sturdy. The U.S. Soccer Foundation has told us that they're kind of maintenance-free and bulletproof, but periodically, after years of service, you may have to resurface it. There'll be a fence around it. It's meant to have a fence for rebounding, so it's
Yeah, I took a look at the pamphlet you handed out. I
Yeah.
just want to know, what's the length of time before we have to pick up? the
probably
months?
long enough that we could apply for more grant funding to
Okay.
make the updates.
That's where I was going.
Yeah,
I mean, the field is used and it's basically dirt right now.
correct,
So
yeah.
this is a big improvement for the kids.
Sure, and there's definitely a call for soccer facilities in town. Our friends from Ireland will tell us that's the real football.
I just don't want to get hit like 5 years later with.
Of course, yeah. One of the things we've been quite successful at is putting together our grant sources to come up with rehabilitation that doesn't cost us anything. The county open space program is very generous. They've just raised the limit to $500,000, and you have to match that, but I can apply for Green Acres funding for the match, and we can get a park upgraded for nothing. So, that's pretty much the way we like to approach it.
Just got I'm glad Precise got the job. They do excellent work.
Yes, yes. And Shore Top is the company that got the Liberty Street Park renovation, another Freehold Township-based business. So it's nice that local people are getting these jobs, and when they get paid, they spend their money in our neighborhood, which is a good thing.
I remembered my other question. With Spatial Data Logic, our website, do they have any video conferencing type of capabilities or anything like that?
I would say probably no more than the usual tools that everybody else uses, you know, Zoom, Google Meet.
So they don't have anything embedded in the software, like
No.
as part of it?
Not that I'm aware of. No, I'll inquire and see.
Okay.
Good. Thank you, Steve. I sort of backtrack real quick to item 5. We should really vote on that just to formally adopt that, correct? Counselor, correct? Someone like to move that resolution?
I'll move it.
Second, please.
Roll call, please.
Councilperson De Benedetto?
Yes.
Friedman?
Yes.
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Schuster?
Yes.
Okay, that resolution is adopted. Item 7 is the approval of minutes, council meeting March 4th, 2024.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes, please.
Second?
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilperson De Benedetto?
Yes.
Friedman?
Yes.
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Schuster?
Yes.
Okay, our minutes of the council meeting March 4th, 2024 are approved. Item 8 is a second reading, public hearing, ordinance 2024/3, amending and supplementing Chapter 18 zoning by amending Chapter 18.07 of the Freehold Center Core redevelopment plan. This is the second reading and public hearing. If anyone from the public would care to address this ordinance, please step forward, state your name and address for the record.
Seeing no comment from the public, I move the public portion be closed.
A second.
Roll call, please.
Councilperson De Benedetto?
Yes.
Friedman?
Yes.
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Schuster?
Yes.
Okay, the public portion is closed. We have a resolution adopting ordinance 2024/3 and authorization of publication.
I'd like to move that.
I'll second, please.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilperson De Benedetto?
Yes.
Friedman?
Yes.
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Schuster?
Yes.
The ordinance 2024/3 is adopted. Item 9 is a second reading public hearing ordinance 2024/5 to exceed the municipal budget appropriations limit and to establish a cap bank NJSA 40A:4-45.14. Again, this is a second reading and public hearing. If anyone like to address this ordinance, please step forward, state your name and address for the record.
Seeing no comment from the public, I move the public portion be closed.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilperson De Benedetto?
Yes.
Friedman?
Yes.
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Schuster?
Yes.
Okay, the public portion is closed. We have a resolution adopting ordinance 2024/5 and authorization of publication.
I'd like to move that, please.
I'll second, please.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilperson De Benedetto?
Yes.
Friedman?
Yes.
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Schuster?
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 2024/5 is adopted. Item 10 is the first reading and introduction ordinance 2024/6 to amend and supplement Title 8, Health and Safety of the Code of the Borough of Freehold.
I'll move that, please.
Second.
Discussion?
Yes, please. This is an ordinance which amends the stormwater repeals and replaces the stormwater best management practices.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilperson De Benedetto?
Yes.
Friedman?
Yes.
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Schuster?
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 2024/6 is introduced. Item 11 is our consent agenda. And just a note that under the consent agenda, matters listed under the items of consent agenda are required to conduct a day-to-day operation of the borough and will be enacted by one motion in a form listed below. There will be no separate discussion of these items. If the discussion is desired of any items, that item will be considered separately. Would someone like to move consent agenda items CR1 through CR10?
I will move that.
Second, please.
Any discussion?
Yes, I want to point out just a couple of things. First of all, CR1 is the honoring of Joan Mandel, who was honored at a separate community service. Joan Mandel is the chair of the EHAP and has worked tirelessly with our homeless and our helpless and our food insecure. And she certainly deserves to be honored. So we congratulate Joan and thank her for all that she's done for our community. Also, I wanted to point out that we have a retirement of Patrolman Rolando Enzwar. He came to us from Lake Como when their police department was dissolved, or whatever they did with it down there. And he certainly has been an asset to our community. And so we thank him for his service and wish him well. Additionally, we have the resignation of Wagner Menendez as a Recreation Commissioner, and effective March 11th. And we also want to thank him for his work with us. He stepped in and took on some jobs that maybe nobody else wanted, and he has done an admirable job at caring for our community and all of our recreation needs. So we thank him as well.
Any further?
And if you can see, we have CR10, vendors ice cream trucks, and the sidewalk cafe applications. So spring is in the air, the summer will be here shortly.
Not far behind.
Any further discussion?
Yeah, just that I'll be abstaining from CR3.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Councilperson De Benedetto?
Yes.
Freeman?
Other than CR3, yes.
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Schutzer?
Yes.
Okay, consent agenda items CR1 through CR10 are adopted. That's the end of our consent agenda. Item 12 is the approval of bills.
I make a motion that we pay our bills.
I'll second that motion.
Roll call, please.
Councilperson De Benedetto?
Yes.
Freeman?
Yes.
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Schutzer?
Yes.
Okay, our bill is approved this evening. Item 13, communications, festival concerts in Veterans Park. Turn that over to Mr. Gallo, please.
We have received a communication from a community events committee appointed by you, Mayor, that is requesting permission to host 2 classical concerts in Veterans Park in the month of May. If there's no objections, we'll grant that permission.
Any discussion on that?
I just wanted to ask, do we have to get permission from the people around the park, or because the park is public, we're within our rights?
Yeah, we can do in the park, and I don't think it's going to be particularly
Sure, be an
disturbing.
afternoon type
Yeah,
thing,
like it's-
weekend, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't preclude us, though, from
We can do that.
notifying them.
Sure,
that
we can do
it's
that.
going to happen.
Yep,
And the goal
happy to
is,
do that.
the goal is obviously to have those people come and attend and enjoy the park day. This was, this is the committee I was appointed to by the mayor, and I got some people together who had some ideas, and this is one of the ideas they came up with. And I think it'd be a great opportunity, to bring events, downtown Freehold does event in downtown, but, people have always talked about doing events throughout the community, similar but different, and so this was an idea that some of the community members came to me with, and I think it's a worthy project to explore.
Jeff, one thing, when you put the flyers out or email or whatever you're going to do on the internet, you should also advise them where they can park
Yes.
to be accessible, because there is no parking inside the park.
No, there is no.
Just give them a little heads up on where they can park.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Someone like to make a motion to receive and file the communication?
I will make that motion.
I'll second it.
Roll call, please.
Councilperson De Benedetto?
Yes.
Freeman?
Abstain?
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Schutzer?
Yes.
Okay, that communication has been received and filed. Item 14 is public comments. If anyone from the public would care to make a comment to the governing body, please step forward, state your name and address for the record.
Oh. I think this is my turn now.
Yes.
I
State your
just,
name and address for the record.
Sandra Figueroa, Lenore Avenue in Freehold. I just have an issue with the residential parking. I find that on my street and many streets in Freehold, there's like these signs that say 2-hour parking between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. Yet I have people park all day, overnight, over the weekend. And now that on Bernard Street, there's more commercials that are open. Some of those people go into the residential area and park their cars there. The problem is, like in the winter time, when they're cleaning the streets, they're there all the time and they can't do their job. So I was wondering, do they go around and look at these signs and enforce them? Or,
Yeah.
I mean,
I can take care of that for you. If you have a few minutes to stay up in the meeting, so I can get your information, and I'll have someone reach out for you tomorrow.
okay.
Okay? Fair enough?
Okay,
All right.
thanks. My other thing is a question. I have a question. These basketball courts that people put up, are they supposed to be on the street or are they supposed to be on like the grass area? It used to be you could only have them on your grass area or in your driveway when my kids were growing up. But I'm not really sure.
Technically, I don't believe they are supposed to be on the street. We have problems with that, and usually during the winter, we ask them to remove them because of the plow situation.
Yes, that's, yeah.
I'm not 100% on that. That's something I'd have to discuss also
Because
with
Bernard
code.
Street has three.
Okay.
Has three, and sometimes.
I'll pile that in the same conversation.
Oh, okay. And I see the guys coming out when you're plowing, and
Yeah,
some of them
usually
you have to pick them up. And
That's usually the one time during the year we have an issue with the plows. With that, other than that, I think it's something that's not supposed to, but people kind of understand. But
Yeah.
if it's an issue, we'll discuss it.
Okay, that's it. Everything else is fine in Freehold. Very happy with everything.
That's good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Just a note of interest. Sandy's house is the house on the corner of Lenore Avenue and Bernard Street that always has the gorgeous flowers. Thank you.
Any further public comment? Oh, Chief, I thought you had a comment. I'm gonna let it rip or something over there. So. Seeing no further comment like that, I take a motion to close the public comment section.
So move.
Second. Roll call, please.
Councilperson Benedetto?
Yes.
Freeman?
Yes.
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Schuster?
Yes.
Okay, our public comments section is closed. Item 15 are council reports and comments. I'll start off with Council President Schuster.
I would like to offer my congratulations and congratulations to the town for appointing Victor Conover on to the Recreation Commission. Victor is a lifelong resident of Freehold Borough and basketball player, and it's an asset for us to have him working with us. Also, the McGacken Awards will be held on May 17th at the American Hotel. Tickets are not out yet. They will be after April 1st. I don't even have them yet to send them out. So we'll send them out, and we hope that they're $25, and we hope that many of you will plan to attend that very prestigious ceremony. Go Borough. Many of you were at the games for our boys basketball from the high school. To say that we are proud of those gentlemen is an understatement. We will be having them at council. I'm working with the athletic director now to work out dates and the logistics of that, but they will be here, along with some other prize athletes at our high school. We have a winning swimmer, we have a winning high jump, and those kids will be recognized by Freehold Borough. So, you know, as we always say, you cannot hide that Borough pride. That's right. So congratulations to them and their coaches and their parents. I would be remiss if I did not say condolences to the Tomasic family. As the liaison with the schools, I worked especially closely with Rocco Tomasic when he was for 8 years our superintendent of schools. and Margaret and Annette, and I'm not sure if you worked with him on your reign on the school board, worked with him as well. I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that this man loved Freehold Borough. He loved our students, he loved our schools, and everything he did proved that. I think probably the most notable thing that he did was when the pandemic started, and it was clear that many of our students were on the free or reduced lunch program. Rocco realized that there were many of our students who may not have food while they were at home. And so he worked with the Educational Foundation, who came up with a huge donation, and we worked with the restaurants downtown, Jeff, and the restaurants downtown, and those children were fed. And additionally, every Tuesday and Thursday for 3 months, I believe, under Rocco's leadership, we met at the school and handed out, and council kind of took this over, and it was the council members who were there who handing out food. We handed out 800 meals every Tuesday and Thursday. There was not a person refused. There was no reason for anybody in Freehold Borough to be hungry during the pandemic. And a big part of that was Rocco Tomasic. He loved those kids. His last official act, and you will remember this, was, in fact, I've thought about this 100 times. He must have had some kind of a premonition, because he really, really bugged me to get the soccer champions, remember, in December, honored up here at council. He kept calling me, or do you have it set up? I said, you know, Rocco, this is a busy time of the year. Maybe we should wait till January and do this. And he said, oh, no, we have to do it now. We did it in December, beginning in December. His last day in our district was December 10th. So Rocco took us to Trenton. He fueled our anger at not being fully funded. He provided programs to educate us about that funding. And I could go on and on. I won't. But I just want to send our sincere thanks and condolences to Rocco Tomasic. His legacy lives in every staff member, every volunteer, and every student who ever attended under his leadership. So, God bless you, Rocco. And another big God bless to our visitors. Safe travels. Come back. That's all.
Thank you. Councilmember De Benedetto.
Yes, thank you all for coming out tonight. I would like to express my condolences to Rocco and sister. Two people that really impacted our children. They're going to be missed in the education world and in our community. But we'd just like to reach out to their families and thank them for what they did and the legacy that they left here in Purdue. As Sharon said, hopefully the boys basketball team will come up. I'm getting bored at nighttime. God, Cindy had me working all day today. I just got a pain on my hand. And I wish these kids were still playing. We do have a couple prime, big-time athletes besides the basketball team. We have this incredible kid with high jumping skills, and he's got records beat. Dan Lister, the swimmer, is going Florida State on a full ride. He's a a state champ. Just tremendous group of kids in the school over there and athletes. And we'll reach out to them. They'll be here soon. They were in the parade, which was very, very good. I'd like to give a personal shout out to the people that helped out the Lake Topanimas Commission. Roger Kane, the chairperson, is in the back. I asked him for the names. We've kind of lost communication, but Roger knows most of them. We got their information, and they'll be back to help us. I mean, they just showed up with their own tools and the kindness of their heart and helped out with the lake. And we can always use help. We're going to start posting the days. We're going to have work schedules on different Saturdays. So if you so desire, come on out. Our group is very active and they need help. What else was I going to have?
Parade.
The parade. Oh my gosh, Jeffrey. Excellent job.
Thank you.
Excellent job. What do you want to say for St. Patty's Day parade?
Can't be done without all the volunteers.
And they say that you need a leprechaun to find a leprechaun to get a pot of gold. We found 7 people from Ireland, and they brought the gold over. And we thank you. Safe travels on your way back. I hope the memories will last a lifetime. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Rogers.
Thank you. I wanted to also congratulate the 2 officers, one that's already retired and the one that will be retiring. I wish them well in their retirement. We have a shade tree committee here in Freehold, and we could really use some extra hands. So if there's anyone who's interested in, helping with the upkeep of the trees and to, just help us stay on top of the maintenance. DPW obviously does a lot of work on it, but our shade tree commissioners try to do as much as they can. So if there's anyone who's interested in joining that committee, we'd love to have you. Again, want to thank you for visiting us. We welcome you back anytime, and I'm so glad to hear that you had a wonderful time. Saturday, I went to the Black History Month celebration, or the Black History celebration, that was held at the Reformed Church on Main Street, and it was really, really good. We had some very talented musicians there. We had a young man who played the steel drums, Domo, jack of all trades, and he was so amazing. We had an artist, Artrice Roach, and her art is displayed at Newark Airport. She has a mural there, and she brought some of her work to pass around so that we could see, and she's extremely, extremely talented. But my favorite was a young lady who did the spoken word and of a poem she had written herself, which was so eloquent and so just passionate that it was just really wonderful to see such a young woman be able to speak so eloquently. And then we had Imamu Mayfield, who's a boxer in the area, and his son each did a poem as well. So it was really a wonderful program. It always is, and this year was absolutely no exception. And we had an author there, to forget the author, who wrote a book about starting to teach children very young about safety in disaster situations. As our climate is changing and we're experiencing more, I mean, you can just see from the winds we've been having and the different types of weather, he wants children to know how to prepare in case they're ever in that situation. And I thought it was amazing. I bought 2 of the books, one for my granddaughter and one for my friend's grandson. While we're on the subject of Court Street, they will be having a Roaring 20s Gala on May 11th at the Firehouse on Salone Road in Freehold Township. The tickets are $50, and you know, it really should be a good time. They always throw a great party. They will be having their Juneteenth festival on June 22nd, and the Monmouth County Diversity Alliance will be having their Juneteenth festival on June 9th. And it will be, the Court Street Festival will be held at Court Street School. The Monmouth County Diversity Festival will be held right in downtown. And then, I know if Annette was here, she would mention that next Saturday, the Easter Bunny will be in front of the library. So bring your kitties out so they can take a picture with the Easter Bunny. And I just wanted to mention another student that I just actually saw before I came to the meeting. We have a former culinary student that is going to be on Top Chef. So if you're a foodie, his name is Danny Garcia, and he had coached my daughter. She was in a competition, and he had coached her on how to make her egg rolls better, because she was also in the culinary program. And they actually placed with those egg rolls. So let's support our hometown student and watch Top Chef and see how he does. Thank you.
Thank you. Next we have our own leprechaun, Councilmember O'Reilly.
O'Reilly.
Was that yesterday? I get to be Irish-ish. Thank you all for joining us this evening. I just wanted to touch on something about Dr. Tomazik at his viewing last Friday. They had pictures around the room of him, both as a teacher and superintendent and kids, and then in his former years with the Navy. And looking at all the pictures, I'm very, very appreciative of the fact that I got to meet the Dr. Tomazik of the later years, and I really wish I had a chance to talk to and meet the Dr. Tomazik or the Rocco of the former years. He seemed like a very, very interesting gentleman. But one of the other nice things about it was that the family asked for visitors to write down memories of Dr. Tomazik and to leave them to the family, because we know him in a different manner than how the family obviously knows him. And for me, among my favorite memories of Dr. Tomazik was that when there were events at the school, I would randomly get emails over the next day or so of pictures that he's taken of my boys at concerts, at activities that they do, and he always had an eye for capturing pure moments. And I think that just goes to speak to the kind of man that he was. He saw the good in everybody, and he did a lot of good, and he will sorely be missed. So I want to also echo my condolences to the Tomazik family. The Human Relations Advisory Commission is going to be setting their walking tour this year tentatively on April 20th. Depending upon the status of the library, we're hoping to be able to finish the tour of the library. If not, we're going to switch gears and potentially look to finish the tour at the Court Street School. So one will be the starting point, one will be the ending point, depending on what happens. But we're waiting to hear more, no pun intended, concrete terms about when the library is going to be officially open, so that we can hopefully include them. The tour this year is going to focus on educational locations or buildings of education in Freehold Borough. Congratulations again to the Borough basketball team. Fantastic job. Seeing them on the parade float yesterday, with everybody waving and cheering for them, I can only imagine the feeling that they had, and I can't express enough how proud we are of not only them, but all of our student athletes and student competitors. It's always great to see our students and our kids from our town do wonderful and great things. I want to say congratulations again to the Freehold Borough Arts Council and to Downtown Freehold and Jeff for the parade. The weather, the crowds, the fact that it was on St. Patrick's Day, it was awesome. I apologize for anybody who saw me in the jacket and the hair and the kilt. I had a lot of friends text my wife and ask her how she let me out of the house that day. And I just said I did it for myself. But no, it was a fantastic day. It was awesome coming down Main Street and crossing over the railroad tracks and seeing the crowds on both sides of the street. It was a fantastic parade. And to think that only, how many years ago did it start?
12.
12 years ago, freezing conditions. 12 years ago, it went from Borough Hall to Hall of Records, and it was the shortest parade in New Jersey. And that's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. You did a great job, Jeff. You really did. That also means that I'm on the hunt for the next holiday that supports a new jacket. So if you have any recommendations, I'm all ears. Amazon is a wealth of themed jackets, for better or for worse. And last but not least, I want to thank you for to the delegation from Rathangan. We really appreciate you coming out and joining us this weekend. I know that you got a great tour of Freehold, and I know that the friendships that you made this weekend with the community members in Freehold Borough will go a lifetime. We really appreciate it, and may the hinges of our friendship never rust. So, thank you very much for being with us. And thank you all. Have a good night.
Thank you. Last but not least, Councilmember Freeman. And before you start, Jeff, I also want to just publicly thank you, Joanne, the entire committee. Outstanding, not just the parade, but the entire day yesterday. So, outstanding. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. Appreciate it. Yeah, I want to thank, first off, police, streets and roads, and everyone else who helped volunteer and make the parade possible. Of course, Joanne, her husband Chuck, and Nolan Dodd, who did so much work in the week leading up to it to make it possible. Everything that we do downtown, everything that I get credit for, cannot be done without the people I work with, particularly Joanne. She's the backbone of downtown Freehold, so she really deserves a lot of thanks and for all she does. But it was a wonderful day. Please pass it on to the police. Appreciate their support. Streets and roads, as I said. It was a great day, great event. Continue to grow year after year, and it will be bigger even next year. So thank you. Also, I want to comment briefly on Rocco. I did not work with Rocco on the education side, but Rocco and I started really working together during COVID, and he really had a mission, and I got to know his personality and his character, and it was top notch. And it was a loss when he retired. It was great to see him back, even though Joe did Joe did a great job. And it's particularly sad that he will not be around for the new superintendent and others to ask those questions, to that knowledge that he brought to this community is going to be strong missed. So, also, I want to congratulate the basketball team, of course. It was great we were able to have them in the parade, so that's wonderful. And of course, I want to thank the delegation from Ireland. It was a real pleasure to get to know all of you this weekend. But yes, a couple pints together is always a great way to get to know people. And it was a pleasure, and I look forward to seeing you soon. So, have a good evening, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Before we adjourn, I also just want to send out condolences to Rocco and his family. He's, like I mentioned earlier, he just did tremendous work for our community, our children, our schools. And he retired and then came back for a second tour after Joe now took a new job. So Rocco came back temporarily, but he'll be missed. I also want to, I unfortunately had 2 weeks on Friday, but Bill O'Brien, who's a Freehold Township native, but did tremendous amount of work for the youth in our entire area through the Freehold Soccer League, the Freehold Township Recreation. He also passed away last week too. So both of them, it was just tragic for both. Two great guys that love the community, love working with the kids. They were identical in a lot of different ways. Condolences to the O'Brien family also. And I just want to personally thank everybody associated with making this weekend so great for our friends from Rathangan. We put together pretty robust schedule, tried to make sure we jammed everything in. You guys will sleep all the way back home on the plane, I'm sure. But it was just, we wanted to make sure you saw everything and try to capture, you know, as you listen to Bruce's songs, what he's talking about in those songs. And yeah, to be able to put your personal experiences with some of the things you've heard through his songs, puts a whole new perspective on it. So I just want to, but personally thank most of the people in this room for all you did in helping make this weekend so great. And thank you, like I said, lasting friendships, safe travels back home, and can't wait to see you in the old side. All right? There being no further business, I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
So be it.
Thank you all. Good night. We are adjourned. Thank you.